sports fans, and welcome to another week of YSPN. I'm Neil Horowitz. Alongside with me today, Nick Coleman and Stephen Horn. We got a great show planned for this evening, as always. We got some great Bulldog games to look at, filled with some triumphs and some disappointments as well. But with Halloween just around the corner, we take a look at the costume being worn by the Yale football team. Ivy League title contenders?
That's right, Neil. 1990, the last time an Ivy League champion did not defeat the University of Pennsylvania Quakers. Last Saturday, the Yale football Bulldogs took on UPenn, and let's take a look at the game footage.
On Yale's opening possession of the game, Matt Polimas found Chandler Henley for a whoop, a 40-yard catch as he breaks the tackle there and takes the ball all the way inside Penn's territory. And then Mike McLeod came through big on this 3rd and 7 when he gets how much? Exactly 8 yards for the first down. And then the touchdown goes to none other than Chandler Henley. Yale's offense didn't have to wait long on the sidelines as Steven Santoro intercepted this ball to get them right back on the field. Unfortunately, though, the Bulldogs could not convert this turnover into points as Alan Kimmel comes up just short on the 42-yard field goal attempt. But one big play and you're back in the game as Robert Irvin connects with Matt Kerr for a 57-yard completion to set Penn up to tie the game up at 7. But Yale's offense is thwarted here on 4th and 1 as they try to take the lead back. And Penn takes advantage of this good starting field position as quarterback Robert Irvin finds Matt Kerr again, this time on 3rd and 4 to set up a touchdown and a 14-7 lead. And Penn likes how their offense is playing so much that they just try to keep them on the field with this onside kick attempt, and they recover it as Penn sets up great field position for their offense. But fortunately for Yale, with a strong win, Penn cannot convert this short field goal attempt, which goes wide left. Yale looks to tie the game up as they give Mike McLeod the ball, and whoop, he finds a hole and breaks a few tackles and gets 19 yards. Then on 3rd and 12 later that drive, Matt Polimas looks downfield and finds none other than DJ Shooter for a 14-yard completion and a first down right here. Then Yale's Mike McLeod decides he'll take the ball into the end zone for a 4-yard touchdown to tie the game up at 14 apiece. And as Penn looks to take the lead right before halftime, a botched snap forces them to go into the locker room with a score tied at 14-all. And the score would stay tied at 14 for the whole second half as Kyle Hawari comes up big with a sack on 3rd and 16 here. And then on Penn's next possession, Bobby Hebert tips the pass, which is intercepted by Brendan Sponheimer. And Yale's offense keeps getting thwarted, just like here when on 4th and 2 Matt Polimas is sacked. And then again here as Yale is driving in University of Pennsylvania's territory. Matt Polimas goes for the run, and look at him go, whoop! He cuts out right, but then all of a sudden he fumbles to give the ball right back to UPenn. But UPenn's offense comes alive at the end of regulation as quarterback Brian Walker completes a 15-yard pass to Braden Lapizzo on 3rd and 2. Then UPenn has a chance to go into the end zone on 4th down. They throw a pass, but it's incomplete. But Mike McLeod makes Yale have reason to believe that they still have a chance to score with 55 seconds left in regulation. But unfortunately, Matt Polimas throws an interception right here to end regulation and send the game into OT. And with the score tied 14-all in overtime, UPenn lines up to kick a field goal. But kickers Derek Zach misses it off the crossbar. And then it's Yale's turn in overtime as on 3rd down, quarterback Matt Polimas goes back to pass and finds DJ Shooter. But it's just short of the first down as Yale will have to try the field goal. Alan Kimball lines up for the field goal. It has the distance. It's good. Yale wins 17-14 in overtime. They defeat Pennsylvania to improve to 3-0 in the Ivy Leagues for the victory. Mike McLeod once again was huge in the 17-14 victory as he came up with 122 yards rushing and 1 touchdown with a 4.2-yard average. The players were excited after the game.
Chandler, a 17-14 overtime win against Penn. What does this win mean?
It's unbelievable. You know, we talked all week that this is a season. You got to take it one game at a time, and in order to do that, you got to win this one. And to do it at home in front of all these people in overtime, It's unbelievable. I love this team. This team they just want to win. That's it. They just won't quit.
You told me you didn't even see the field goal from Alan Kimball?
I couldn't look. After that fourth quarter, I couldn't look. It seemed like either team was just waiting to take advantage, and nobody did. And I came off the field shaking on that fourth down, and I watched the crowd's reaction, and it was unbelievable.
I can assure you it was good. And you've made clutch catches all season long, and you get the touchdown on the first drive of the game. How did that feel?
You know what? The ball just came my way in the first quarter. That's just the way it's set up. They made an adjustment after that, and they did a pretty good job. But to get in the end zone and get that first score on the board, you know, kind of get the monkey off our back was, I mean, I'm just lucky I was there to be involved.
Chandler, congratulations and thank you on this win over Penn. I know it means a lot.
Thanks a lot, Ron. Appreciate it.
A huge victory by Yale last Saturday, defeating Penn 17-14 in overtime. You know, the keys to the game really were Yale just somehow won. I mean, they didn't statistically. The game was even. In fact, UPenn led them in a lot of categories. Time of possession, UPenn had the ball 33 minutes compared to Yale's 27 minutes.
Well, you know, I've been talking a lot to Chandler Henry, the team captain, recently. What he's been stressing about this team from past teams, that this team really has the desire to win, has that resiliency. And also you got to take into account today, the home field advantage really gave Yale some help because they took advantage of those element factors and they knew which way the wind was blown, and that definitely showed in the special teams play.
Yeah, well, I don't know how much the wind would have mattered anyway because their kicker just wasn't very good. And Alan Kimball really is a good kicker. He made 1 of 2 field goals, including that game winner. And we also converted our red zone opportunities. We were 3 for 3 in the red zone. UPenn was 2 for 4 with those 2 missed field goals. And also, once again, Mike McLeod. I mean, he's just huge for us, Neil.
Yeah, McLeod started out pretty slowly in the game against Penn. The Quakers always have one of the best rush defenses in the league. No different this year. But you know what? Palima stepped up, ran around a lot. McLeod got some holes opened up for him and showed his stuff.
And the key was we saw a different side of McLeod. He wasn't that speedy runner who was just looking for little holes. This time, he wore down the defense. And he ended up with 122 yards rushing. And that was huge because it opened up the passing game and it made Matt Palimas much more effective.
And you know what? I don't know about you guys, but this team looks like it's different this year. And this year, I can see Ivy title in our future.
This could be the year, and Yale takes on Columbia this upcoming Saturday, and we'll look forward to that game. And let's move on to crew.
Yeah, speaking of sports that couldn't quite make it on ESPN The Ocho, the women's crew team won first place, shockingly, in the Varsity 8 competition by 17 seconds. A really, really exciting performance for the Lady Bulldogs, if you will. They also finished 19th in the Championship 4 division. They went from 9th to 19th after incurring 2 penalties totaling 70 seconds. Really gut-wrenching move there to win the crew. The next competition for them will be this Sunday, the Princeton Chase. The Yale lightweight men's team finished 12th, 4th among all colleges this week, after a 10-second penalty for a violation during the race. These penalties really, they take their toll in place. Doesn't really reflect the actual race, if you will. But we did finish 4th in the varsity 4s, 7th in the varsity 8s. And the big leagues, the ESPN 7, the heavyweight crew team. Varsity 8 finished 3rd, the head of the Charles race, finishing behind University of Washington and the U.S. rowing team. They led early, but faltered late, and real gut-wrenching loss. Championship 4s finished 11th. Freshmen finished 5th in the youth 8s. A really promising performance. Them too, next weekend, Sunday at Princeton Chase.